Hi everyone, today's a very exciting day and quite a big project. Today we are officially doing an updated makeup collection, declutter, and organization. This is going to be a long process. We have a lot to tackle here. We moved into this place almost 2.5 months ago, and since then the studio has been in disarray. I receive a lot of PR. I do a lot of reviews here on this channel. Makeup, beauty, it is my job. There is a lot of it. I basically have a Sephora in my home. That's why if you missed the video, I previously did a setting up my everyday makeup vanity, and so I have a section in my home where I do get ready and I keep a smaller collection of just my everyday things and things I'm testing out and whatnot. The rest of the pile lives in here in the studio. You have a brief little view of it right now. It's quite a mess. We plan on doing a studio tour at one point, but we've actually been waiting for new lights for like 3 months. This is not what it's gonna look like, but it's quite a mess. The basic goal in here in terms of equipment is to get as much of the equipment on wheels as we can, so we have versatility and movement in the room, because right now it's just a whole lot of tripods taking up a whole lot of space. And up until yesterday, actually, half of my makeup collection has lived on the floor. There has been no space for me to kind of like store some incoming PR, things I need to test. Like packages come in, I open them, and they've just been living on the floor. So where the camera's sitting on right now is actually the lovely IKEA table that Dan built for me last night, which is gonna be the little like PR nook. This is the sorting table, if you will, which will then allow for me to sort through all the incoming products and then move it into the collection or into the donation pile as we see fit. So today I'm gonna be taking you guys through the journey. We're gonna be cleaning it up. I wanna make this studio as functional and usable as possible, and you'll get a full peek into my entire makeup collection as well as how I'm going to be organizing it from here on out, and also a sneaky little preview of what the studio will be looking like. So let us dive in, my friends. I'm gonna give you a quick little overview of what we're working with right now. Here is the studio. We have the lights, the camera setup, the table where I'm filming, which is a mess. There's miscellaneous makeup there. And then this is where I hope to store my most used things for when I'm filming. In this corner, we have the beautiful table that Dan has set up for me. This is like our little camera battery charging station. And then we've just got so much random makeup here that has yet to be organized and put away. This was the attempt I did when I filmed the everyday makeup vanity. Didn't work out so well. This needs to go to a different home. Miscellaneous, lashes, powder, unsorted PR, giveaways, so much. And then over here is where the makeup collection is going to live. I had previously done a sorting, but this needs to have an entire redo because, you know, I don't have enough room for all the lip products. I don't have enough room for all the palettes. She needs to be sorted. So I think the most effective way to start is to start with the declutter. So I'm gonna go through the makeup collection, go through all of these drawers individually with you. We've got the overhead camera set up. What I'm essentially gonna be doing with the declutter is just getting rid of duplicates, getting rid of some expired products. It's been a while since I've gone through like my entire collection, and just generally trying to streamline the collection because it's gotten out of hand for sure. So I'm gonna start with the declutter, and then we can go through the rest of the pile and sort it out as necessary, but kind of cleaning up the drawers, redoing the situation, I think will help me in the overall organization, streamlining after. This camera is also so heavy. What has Dan done to me? First up, primer. Okay, so overall with the primers, I'm just getting rid of a couple of products that I think are a little bit expired, some that are a little bit goopy. This Danessa Myricks Beauty Oil, for example, like it actually just leaks everywhere, and I've had a couple of cleanups that I've had to do with that, and it just kind of stays in a separated state. I don't know if it's still good. The Fresh Instant Glow Luminizer, I have had this for so long. I definitely think it's past its prime. The Ilia Liquid Light, this was like quite chunky on me. I didn't get along with that. And then a couple of products like are just definitely not my shade. I can pass this off to a better home. And then some products I just generally didn't like so much. So just a good little clear out, not getting rid of too many products, but keeping a lot of my favorites. And I also have some backups of my favorites, some products I haven't tried yet. And yeah, there's still a lot here, but what can I say? I love hydrating and glowy things. Next up, foundation. So with the foundation, there's definitely a lot here. We've got foundations, tinted moisturizers, all shapes and sizes. I also have a lot of different shades in here because depending on my winter skin, when I'm very, very pale, my summer skin, when I, you know, someday get a nice tan, or when I use self-tanner, the shade of my skin fluctuates a lot. So I definitely have a lot of the same products, but in different shades. So what I want to do actually is take all of my deeper shades and put them in this little bin, which fits in the drawer, and make this be my out of season shades. And I'm going to push that at the back of the drawer and just keep the shades out front of products that I haven't tried yet, that I need to try, and just in general the ones that fit my current skin tone. So let's see how that goes. All right guys, the foundation's done. We split it successfully. I've got the darker shades here, lighter shades here. If you're a watcher of my channel, you've probably seen almost all, if not most of these. And there's a few new ones in here that I haven't tried yet. Some old, some new. There's a lot. We didn't declutter many, but we tried. You guys know how I feel about bronzer, highlight, and blush. I don't think that I'll be getting rid of many here, but at least I can give you a good overview of the collection, and maybe we'll be able to declutter a couple, but for the most part, I love to have all of them. Okay, so for the bronzer, I did manage to actually get rid of more than I thought. And then when I was going through the drawer, I didn't realize how many highlighters I actually had. I thought this drawer was filled with more bronzer, but actually the highlighters I think is where we're gonna be able to, you know, be a little bit more strict with the decluttering. But I'll quickly talk through a couple of the products I'm gonna be decluttering. One of them is one of the Vesca bronzers. This is just the deeper shade that I had, and it's like way too dark for me even when I'm tanned. The Kosas bronzer, this one was also just honestly way too deep for me. It shows up like very, very warm, and even when I'm tanned, yeah, it just doesn't match my skin tone. That's it. Too bad. It's a beautiful product. Like the warmth is really nice. The Ilia bronzer, this is kind of almost like too light for me. Like I just wouldn't reach for this. The Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. I'm kind of torn about this because I bought it out of like pure nostalgia. This is a product I always wanted to try, and I feel like back in the day the shimmer bricks were so popular. So I actually recently picked this up, but I've swatched it a million times. I've gone to use it a million times, and I'm like, am I ever going to use this? It's still brand new. Obviously I've swatched it a couple times, but I'm like, I feel like the likelihood of me using this is probably nil. Another bronzer that I am passing off is the Tower 28 one, which I know Katie Jane Hughes uses all the time, loves them. I love Tower 28, love their blushes. This color for me is just doesn't work. I don't know really how to make it work. The Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. I have two of them, and there is no reason for me to have two of them. This was just part of their holiday collection last year, and I think because this packaging is so pretty and it's the same product, I'm just gonna pass on one because there's no way I'm ever gonna use them up, especially the highlighter side. So that one's gonna go. And the last bronzer kind of face palette product I'm getting rid of is actually the Natasha Denona Tan, which I did use a lot, like more so the highlighter sides. I feel like I dabbled with this a little bit, but to be honest, like this shade isn't usable for me, which is the main thing. Like even if I was traveling, I wasn't able to use actual bronzer in here. It was too dark. So I just wasn't using all of it. It doesn't fit my skin tone. I feel like someone will get more use and love out of that. Yeah, and it's also just been a long time since I used it. Listen, I love most bronzers. I love most highlighters. We still have a big collection here, but these are the ones that I'm decluttering. Now on to the highlighters. Woo boy. Okay, for highlighters, we have quite a good little pile here. I'm really sorry, Tower 28, but I feel like because the Makeup by Mario Clear Balm Moment is just so beautiful, and it's not I don't use a lot of like clear highlighters very often, and that formula is so great. I feel like I'm just not going to be using any of the other like more sticky, goopy formulas. I'm going to get rid of the Oma Beauty highlighter Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick because this is the deeper one, and if you remember that video, I'm gonna stick to my Fair Lady lighter one, so I'm just gonna get rid of the darker one. Same with the Vesca highlighters. I love Wish. I'm also keeping the other shade Moonlight. These two were too deep for me, so I'm passing those on. The Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm highlighter wand I just don't use very much. The nude sticks, magnetic nude glimmers, I just don't use these. The shades of these just aren't my favorite. I love Bubbly Baby and Hey Honey so much. I just don't find myself ever reaching for these. The Kyra Weiss highlighter, the particular shade I have, sorry, the shades aren't written on the back, so I don't even know, but same kind of thing. This one's just a little bit too deep for me, so I'm gonna pass that one off. As well as the RMS Magic Luminizer. I actually have a little Magic Luminizer quad, which I love, and it's perfect for travel, especially because cream products expire faster than powder products, and it's probably unlikely that I'm going to use up a cream product. I feel like this one's a little bit more realistic for me to keep, and this can go to a happier, better home. So this is the declutter pile for the highlighters. Okay, I managed to declutter quite a few blushes. I had so many nude stick shades. I think I have every single shade that they've ever come out with, but then I also had duplicates. So I just decluttered a few. Like, I had 2 nude peaches, I had 2 sun kiss, and I had 2 sunset strips. And then just a few shades that I've never used, or if I have, don't hold it against me, but in my memory, like Sweet Peach Peony, Naughty and Spice, Body Language. Yeah, I just had so many. Some shades that I've just never used, like the Charlotte Tilbury, this like cream duo. I don't even know if that's available anymore. Tower 28, I decluttered one of the shades. This is Beach Please. I have the 2 others that I use and love, which is Golden Hour and Magic Hour. So I'm just getting rid of the ones that I haven't used. And then also the Patrick Ta blush. He came out with his blush duos, which I have and love. And the nude one's actually very similar to this She's Seductive, so I'm just going to pass this one along because there's quite a lot of product in there. I feel like someone could really love that. This is one of the Juvia's Place blushes. This one is just a little bit too deep for me. I am keeping the lighter of the 2. I had a lot of the M Cosmetics serum blushes in there. I'm keeping the 2 shades that I love, which are Peachy Peach and Rose Milk, and I'm just passing on the 2 that are at least used for me, which is Cherry Splash and Venetian Rose. I feel like I have a lot of nude blushes, so especially if it's in the same brand, if I have 2 shades that are similar, I feel like I just need to stick with one. This one's actually quite sad. My Jillian Dempsey cheek tints. I never even got a chance to use these before they dried up, but they're like completely dried up. It feels and smells like rock hard Play-Doh, which is really sad because these are not cheap and I never got to use them. So those are just dried up. I decluttered one of my MAC Glow Play blushes. This is the That's Peachy shade. I feel like it's just a little bit neon. I love the other 2 shades, which are Grand and So Natural. Those are so worn from me. And I have actually quite a lot of peachy blushes, so I feel like, especially because it's more of a cream formula, I should pass that on. This RMS Beauty Smile shade, it's never been swatched, never been used. That can go to a better home. This Ilia blush is totally expired. It's like hard and crumbly in the tube. I'm not gonna open it. And then I had 5 Fenty cream blushes, 2 of the shades. This one I don't like, the Fuego Flush. I just don't like the chunky glitters in it. And it's kind of, it just like looks a little bit sickly on me. I don't particularly like this shade. And then Crush on Cupid just doesn't get a lot of love from me. So those 2 I'm passing on, and I kept Petal Poppin', Daiquiri Dip, and Summertime Wine out of the range. And then I'm decluttering one of my Tom Ford blushes. This is the Frantic Pink. I feel like I just don't reach for it. There's a lot of light pinks and things that I have, and this can definitely go to a better home. And finally, the Chanel blush. I filmed a full face of Chanel. I think this is the one I used in it. It's Fuchsia Rosa, and I've never used it since. I think someone can definitely love a Chanel blush more than I have. Oh my god, I will never get rid of my MAC. It's completely rubbed off on the back, but my Warm Soul. This blush I once tried to depot. This was like back in the day, years and years and years ago, where it was like such a trend on YouTube to depot everything and put it into palettes, and I was like, why isn't this working? Such an idiot. Sometimes I can be so dumb. Like, it's baked in here, and I tried depotting it, so there's like 1/2 that's lifted off, but it's been like 6 years since I tried that, and it has still stayed in the package. It's just rocking back and forth, but she will never leave me. I love her so. Oh my god, my Tatcha Harper Very Charming. Such a favorite blush. Look at how many times a stipple brush has been stabbed and poked into that. I love this one so much. A lot of blush. We've kept a lot of blush. I'm happy with the piles here. And in the drawer, I also had another one of these inserts, and basically I put all my powders in here, line them up nicely, and then I keep all my cream blushes in the other half, and that's kind of how I separate it in my collection. So I think I'm gonna stop there for the general declutter. I think the rest I just really need to focus on reorganizing and resetting up my makeup collection. Noting that a lot of products are also in my everyday vanity. A lot of things haven't been put away and there's a lot more over there. And I really just need to rejig this whole collection. Like right now I've just got all of my lip products like poured in here, and then I have 2 more entire bins over there. And so what I need to do is make a second lip drawer, and I kind of want to separate it. I don't know how I'm going to do that just yet. I do want to separate it. I need a second drawer for my palettes. This is my current palette drawer, and I feel like I shouldn't declutter any of these because I just have a weird relationship with palettes. I don't really want to part with any, and I don't really wear eyeshadow. But for reviewing and certain recreating looks, just keeping it in studio in general, I feel like I just need to keep the palettes. And I also don't often keep limited edition palettes anyway. So most of these like exist, and unless one goes out of stock, I feel like I should just keep it just in case for video purposes. So I need a second palette drawer because that one's getting out of hand. I can't even like rifle through it. You know, it's not hurting anybody to just keep some fun, shiny colors. So I think it just solid rejig and reorganize is needing to happen. And then I also just have 2 drawers, this one and a second one, that I have titled New In. And these were just like products I wanted to keep in mind, to use, to review. I feel like that can be condensed to 1 drawer for sure. So I'm gonna pull those out as the second one. And then I have 2 empty unused drawers that have the words testing on it that I think these need to become the second lip drawer and the second palette drawer. So let us go rejig. Ah! This little guy right here is one of the best things we've ever bought on Amazon. It's a little label maker, and this is what I've used to create all of these lovely little labels. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a lips 2 label. Please don't break a nail. Please don't break a nail. I'm gonna break a nail. It is not even and it is not centered, but we have a lips 2 drawer. Perfect. And now I need a palettes 2. Also not centered. Palettes 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these 2 drawers a little rejig, and we'll see what we come up with. So I think for the lips, I thought that splitting it into 2 drawers would kind of solve my problem, but I think I really need to find some more smaller inserts that fit in these drawers. I do know IKEA has, you know, little ones, but that might have to be for a later date because I wasn't anticipating this. But basically what I've done is I've done like a lipstick drawer, and then I've done a glossy lip drawer. So I was able to empty out these 2 containers that I should have never bought in the first place. That was a mistake. It doesn't fit anywhere. And in the glossy lip drawers, I basically have all of my lip balms. I have all of my lip glosses. And then I put some more of my like more shiny, more lacquer style lip products in the middle, which obviously this isn't good in terms of storage. Like ideally I'd have like 3 separators here, but at least this is a little bit more visible than when they were all just jumbled together. So on this side I have more of my like matte liquid lipsticks, some more matte just lip products in general, and then I have all of my nudes, if you will, and then I have some of my brighter colors here in terms of just like classic lipstick styles. So these are long things, lipsticks, glosses, lip balms, and more glossy lacquery style products. So that's how I'm just gonna set up the lip drawers for now. And then my lip liners are actually in a jar on my table. So far I have put the palettes 2, lips, and lips 2 up here on the top. Those were just the empty drawers and the testing drawers before. And then here I have a miscellaneous drawer that I just have some spare wipes and also my brush cleanser in. And I want to take one of the testing drawers and turn it into a backups drawer to keep like backup mascaras, my backup Smashbox primerizer, those kinds of things, just to have that there. And then we have the eyeliner drawer here that I'm not quite touching yet. We'll get there. For now, I'm gonna do the backups drawer. Backups. These are all of the unopened mascaras I have currently. Shameful, I know. I also go into the backups drawer for giveaways. This is very hard to do one-handed. Okay. Backups are in. Oh shit, I forgot about concealer. Oh God, this changes everything. Oh no. Guys, sorry, I had to put my hair up. I was getting stressed. We figured it out. The order's a little bit odd, but we got there in the end. Concealer and powder drawer, successfully made. There's a lot of space, could use some dividers in there too. And then I added the lashes to the backup drawer, and that kind of, it doesn't really make sense, but it works. So all my lashes are there, and then we have the backups here, and still just have some of the mist. And so that kind of solved that for now. Blessings on blessings. Oh my God. Oh, the whole point of that was to do the face mists. I'm so stupid. I'm gonna have to finesse and rummage these around a little bit to put the face mists in there. And then I'm gonna go to bed apparently because I can't keep my brain on. There we go. I'll have to put a little and face mist sticker. Oh my God. I didn't realize my hair looked like this. Dan did not warn me. That's fine. Okay, so over on the table here, I emptied out the 2 testing drawers that I had originally on the top shelves of the makeup collection. I emptied all those out, so a lot of this is like stuff I've bought, and then a lot of it is also recent PR. So like in a couple vlogs, I've been doing a lot of unboxings and whatnot, and all of those products are just exploded onto here. So right now, I think I'm just gonna go through. I'm going to see which shades I'm gonna keep, what things I'm gonna give away, what's gonna make it into the makeup collection, and then what I think I'm gonna do is move on to this little drawer here, and maybe I'll have like this second section be like a testing bin. So I'll be like, oh, to test, like to use in future videos. And then I think like the miscellaneous leftover like brow stuff and other things I'm just gonna put there too. So I'll make one of these a testing bin, and then I'll put the rest of the products away actually into the makeup collection. Okay, so I have taken most things off of here. Got some of the Christmas sets down here. And then in the little rolly cart, I've got tissues, because I'm always blowing my nose, some setting sprays, wipes. I've got all my brows and like my open mascara stuff here, my headband. Again, the 2 videos that I'm planning on filming. And then I put like some of the products that are new in here. Some of the new Christmas sets. Christie's palette, I finally got my order, and then some of the new launches that are here that I want to play with. I can just keep those on hand in the little filming rack, and then once I'm done, they can go in the collection. Now, as far as up here goes, this is an old planter that we had on the shelf at our old apartment. I don't know what to do with it. And then these are all of my travel bags. I actually recently, I'll probably talk about it later, or eventually, but I actually made an order and I bought a bunch of like customized, oh my God, that's already falling off. I haven't even used this yet and it's already peeling off. Wow, maybe I won't talk about it. I just ordered a matching set of initialed travel bags, you know, in the hopes that one day we'll be traveling again. So I didn't actually have like a proper, you know, set of travel things, and I had my base makeup case, but the zipper broke. I just thought it would be cute to get a little matching travel set. So those are there. This is also like my airplane bag, in the same little matching set with my initials on it. And that's kind of just like stuff that I would normally take on an airplane. I got my backup facial tissues. More facial tissues. Can we tell I'm allergic to my cat in this house? I've got a lint roller. This is our Wi-Fi extender. And then these are screen wipes. So, I mean, I don't really know what to do with it. No one ever sees this. So I don't even know if it's worth like trying to make it cute. It's kind of just, it just works having everything in a grabbable manner here. So we'll see what we end up doing with that, but I think I'll leave it for now. As for the baskets, these 2 baskets here are giveaway stuff. So just any products that I buy and or receive that are good for giveaways. Those 2 are full. It's been so long since we've done a giveaway. Definitely need to do one at some point. This is all of my nail stuff, my light polish removers, what have you. This is just the nail polish bin, and this one is currently empty, ready to be filled. These 2 drawers here are just like video planning. I literally put video 1 and video 2. This one is like some new in at the drugstore stuff. This This one's empty. Usually these bins live in there as well, just for while I'm planning out the vids. And then these 2 drawers are all of my travel size stuff. So just my travel items, travel skincare, travel sunscreens, all that good stuff. All those types of products live in there. And that, my friends, is how I have the makeup organized in this moment. The drawer setup is from IKEA. The knobs are from CB2, by the way. Baskets are from IKEA as well. And the little garbage can is probably also from IKEA. That's also from IKEA. And so is this. All right, guys. And this is the final declutter pile. The final declutter pile. Here we are. Hello from future me. Listen, you guys are very aware at this point that we filmed this long ago. We filmed it in the middle of October and had all good intentions on posting it at that point. So if things are looking a little bit dated, it's because they are, and there's also been a lot of new products, a lot of new PR, a lot of vids that have been filmed since then. The original intention for this video was to finish it off being like, okay, here's my declutter pile, and then here is everything organized and pretty and looking nice, and in particular that like little IKEA shelving unit that we have. I had ordered from H&M Home these like beautiful wire baskets to sort things in and to kind of switch it up, and we had a whole little game plan. And then listen, H&M during COVID times has been a struggle. It's been very delayed. Here she is. There's gonna have to be a part 2 for this when we finally finish the studio, finish the organization and clean it up a bit, because as of now, especially now that Landmiss is here, the room is a mess. But at least prior to Landmiss starting and prior to the holiday crazy, we were able to get a nice little refresh and declutter in there. So that's the declutter video, guys. That's currently how my makeup is being organized. And for those of you who are curious what I do with the makeup that's decluttered, lightly used, and sometimes new things, we give a lot of product to family and friends who then disperse it accordingly. And whatever is able to be donated is donated, and there's a lot of lovely homes that these products go to. So if you guys have any favorite charities or whatnot in the Toronto area that does accept lightly used makeup, it's pretty hard to come by, especially right now during COVID. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you have any favorites. And until then, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed getting a little sneak peek of the studio as well as the current makeup organization situation. It's a lot. It's basically a store. But I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless, guys, and we will see you all tomorrow for a new Landmiss video. Bye!